Welcome to the Teaching of Isaac, episode number 16. So I've randomed the classic. We're going with Isaac today. A Curse of the Blind is probably the worst curse for Isaac. Isaac relies on being able to manipulate what items he gets. So if there's an item that doesn't work well with its current build, or just an item that just sucks, period, then he has the ability to use the D6 and re-roll it into something different. Not necessarily better, just something different. But since you can re-roll items multiple times, that can definitely allow you to have a higher chance of getting something more useful. Now to unlock the D6, you have to play Blue Baby, and you have to defeat Isaac in the cathedral. That could take quite a few playthroughs since you don't unlock the cathedral immediately. But either way, I definitely recommend defeating Isaac as soon as you can with the Blue Baby, because the D6 is a fantastic item. And then other characters can get it too. But they don't start with it, only Isaac starts with the D6. But besides that, all of his stats are generic, but generic is not a bad thing. Some characters like Eve, for example, well, I meant to say Eden rather. Eden can sometimes have some crazy assortment of stats that are horrible. Like for example, he might have twice as slow tears. So even though Isaac's stats are well-rounded overall, well-rounded is okay with me in this situation. Now for really tiny rooms like this, in fact for all rooms, but especially tiny rooms, you want to take advantage of the terrain. You can use that to deflect some of the shots. Just bear in mind though that the little monstros, they shoot their tears at an angle. And it is possible that they can shoot the tears above the thing that you're using to defend yourself with. So they could actually shoot it over these rocks potentially. Okay, let's see what we get. I would never have re-rolled that, so that's perfect. So Lusty Blood is classic Samson. And what I mean by that, in the original Binding of Isaac, whenever you kill an enemy, you gain damage as long as you're Samson. But in this, that ability carries over now to the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. And you see how Isaac's now a redder color, his damage is higher. There is a cap, there's only a certain number of enemies you can kill per room before you no longer increase in damage, but it's quite a lot. Now before I go to the Cursed Room, I am going to go ahead and take care of the boss. Now the Cursed Room is going to be pretty dangerous though. If it has the Cursed Eye, I could be in really big trouble. Or Curse of the Tower can ruin my day also. Okay, so this is the champion variant of Little Horn. I believe this version just chucks an obscene amount of bombs at you. But as you can see, some of the bombs also have fire. But either way, if a bomb ever approaches you closely, then just go ahead and attack it, and you can get it out of the way. You don't have to run away, you could just simply push it away. Although, I did not expect that. He just spawned the bomb on me. And normally bombs don't hurt, but I think these unique colored bombs do hurt. So I think that was pretty unfair, but Isaac is not fair. Mom's lipstick, range up. I only like range up items if my range is terrible, or maybe I start with Cain, who has the shortest range in the game. But there are items out there that can ruin your range, so that's when I like them. But I would have re-rolled it normally. So I got one bomb. I can't do much with it in this case, other than to get one coin out of the deal. But hey, one coin's one coin, right? Now the question is, do I actually want to go for the Cursed Room at this point? It's a little risky because there aren't any hearts on the field I can grab, and on hard mode you're less likely to get hearts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get this coin. And it may seem kind of, be like, why would you spend a bomb just to get one coin? Well, as long as you have 5 coins and you reach the 2nd level, there's a chance that it could be an arcade. And I want that arcade. I'm not guaranteed to get it, but there's a good chance. I could have also used a bomb to get a key. Because after all, if I'm unlucky next level and I don't get a key, then I'm going to miss out on what's in the treasure room. But I didn't actually think about that until just now. I still think I would have done what I just did and risked it maybe. And look, there's an arcade, so I'm glad I did that. Now before I start stabbing myself and getting coins though, I'm definitely going to want to continue on and get some more hearts on the field. That'll help me decide how much I should hurt myself with the donation machine. Yeah, you see how lusty blood really adds up? Especially when it comes to monsters that continually summon monsters for you to kill. My guess is there's a secret room here. I don't think I'll be able to do this, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to bait him to where I think the room is. And try to kill him there. No, I didn't push it in time. But that's a way you can save yourself some bombs if you know exactly where the super secret room is and you have a bit of aim with the troll bomb there. Who knows though, maybe that wasn't even where the secret room was. I'm still not completely sure. But that's why even if I'm not sure, if I use a bomb on something, I definitely want to use it up against the wall as well if possible. That way you do 2 different actions with 1 bomb. Especially early on when you don't have that many bombs and bombs are a luxury. Because you definitely want to try to save bombs for things like tinted rocks when you really need them early on, since they will potentially drop soul hearts, or if you're really lucky it might drop the small rock. Bear in mind though that to get the small rock you have to destroy, I believe, 100 tinted rocks overall. It's a time-consuming process. Oh, and there goes my devil deal. There, that sucks. So when I walk into a different room, I'm going to have a different devil deal chance, 36%. So it's still not completely over. If I get hit during the boss, it's going to be 1% again. But either way, the odds are no longer in my favor. But that room is pretty nasty. That's why I try to get soul hearts as soon as possible. In fact, speaking of hearts, where the heck are they? Okay, thank you. Now, due to the fact that I got hit during the 2nd level, I'm going to continue to explore. If I had a 100% devil deal chance, I would head straight for the boss and take care of him before I lose my devil deal chance by accident. But now instead, I'm going to just continue to explore. I'm going to look for a shopkeeper to blow up. And shopkeepers increase your chances of a devil room. Right, I have no keys. So I'm going to blow up right here. Therefore, it's going to open up both of these. Now, I still want to make sure that I capitalize on my bombs. So this will be a little bit more of a time-consuming process. However, this is going to prevent me from having to waste 2 bombs to destroy the chest and then get the battery in the other bomb. I'm going to do it all at once. Plus there's an urn there. If I'm really lucky, maybe I'll get something good out of it. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, well, Bob's Rotten Head. It's not helpful in my case. I'd rather keep the D6. However, I do have the ability to re-roll it. I can also use Bob's Rotten Head to try to find the secret room. Now remember when I tried checking that one spot to see if the secret room is there, but I wasn't able to get the troll bomb over there? Let's see if that's the secret room now. The answer is no. So the secret room's in an odd spot right now. Usually the secret rooms are in that little pocket there that you see on the map. It's not there this time. So it's in a less common spot. My guess is it's up against this wall somewhere. So I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to blow up the wall. There's a door there, so I'm going to blow up right across from it and see if I get the secret room. Great. Now here's the thing. I still am lacking a key. There's only like one more room to explore probably. Let's just try and hope for the best. Wow, things are not going my way and everything's just blowing up in my face. So what I'm going to do now, well, I do wonder where the super secret room is, but at the same time I might want to save my bomb so I could blow up everything in the arcade. Well, let's just see. Let's see if it's an obvious location for the super secret room. Could be here. It can't be here because this part would be blocked off by poop. They won't let you teleport to a super secret room if the entrance of it is blocked. That means that the super secret room will not be there. That means there's a very high chance it's right here. I'm gonna go for it. Okay, this is the room I was hoping for actually. The more you play this game, the more repeats you see in terms of secret rooms and super secret rooms. You eventually start to remember the layouts. So in my case, I'll be able to push these up against the TNT barrels, and I'm likely to get a key out of one of these. Here we go. Can't complain. I love Guppy's head, but the D6 is also extremely helpful. There's my key, alright. So I am going to re-roll the Guppy there, as much as that pains me to do so, because Guppy is such a fantastic item. But the D6 will ensure a long-term victory. This could help me with my heart problem. Hearts just haven't been dropping. Before I decide, I'm going to open up the treasure room and see what I got. Right, I can actually re-roll Bob's Rotten Head. I have no reason to re-roll the Charm of the Vampire. So Teleport 2.0, it's a pretty unique item. It helps you explore rooms that you're not able to reach with a key, for example. I could use it right now and I might teleport to the treasure room, but I also could teleport to the curse room, and I have no health for that. Bozo the Clown. I do believe this gives me a soul heart along with the effects of Bozo. With Bozo, you may randomly poop rainbow poops, and that'll give you a full heal. Well, I don't have very many options anyway. I have no D6, so I'm just going to go ahead and take it. Okay, and there's my soul heart. And it'll look hilarious and depressing at the same time. Now for these buttons, don't just go and smash both buttons really quickly. Do one at a time. Most of the time, you're going to deal with monsters. That is the reason why you don't want to push more than one. At least until you clear out the first horde, assuming there is one. Now, I'm totally out of keys. By the way, going back to the golden remote, unfortunately I'm not going to use it this run because I have the D6, but if you explore every single room, including the angel room or devil room, and you use it, it teleports you straight to the I Am Error room, which usually has a nice treasure. So you want to explore everything you can. Or maybe, for example, you missed the devil deal entirely. Explore every single room, including the super secret room and the regular secret room, and then use it, and it'll actually teleport you to the devil room or the angel room. So it's helpful to get to rooms that you just can't reach or find, especially if you have the battery or a lot of charges. Alright, so let's go ahead and take care of this boss. And I wasn't able to find a shopkeeper. At least I don't think I was. Wait a minute, there was a shopkeeper here. Okay, I'm going to grab you. I'm going to blow you up. Now my odds are 46%. The odds are not in my favor, but it's certainly better than before. Pin. In my opinion, the easiest boss in the Binding of Isaac. Just stay towards the edge. Every time he moves over to a wall, just go to the next wall. And expect that when he pops out of the ground. You may also notice I'm heading straight for the center. He'll head towards you, so just stay centered, that way you have plenty of room to move around. And no devil deal for me, but at the very least I got growth hormones, which is my favorite syringe, or one of them. Gives you speed and damage. It's very helpful. So that's it for me. There is a blood donation machine, but as you can see, I'm not really in a position to use that. What I'm going to do though, before I go actually, I can't go in the treasure room because I have no key. So I'm going to pop this. If I teleport to the curse room, it'll save me one hit because I won't have to walk through the gate twice. If I teleport to the secret room, or rather the shop, then I can go in there without spinning a key. So it's going to be a win for me regardless. Let's go. Okay. So now I'm going to take the blue map. Let me see the secret room location at all times. And due to my lack of soul hearts, I'm going to take you. Now that I have Charm of the Vampire, I don't think it'll take me very long to get my health back. Now, I wish there was a battery here as well. I would re-roll this. Now my health still isn't the greatest. I usually go for cursed rooms, but I'm going to pass this time. I'm just going to play it safe. This room is nasty and you have to get used to it. It's got enemies everywhere and there isn't much you can do, unfortunately, unless your damage is right. I tried to gamble just to see if I could make it past them without taking damage, but obviously that didn't happen. The easy solution is to drop a bomb. Now keep your eye on the green guy. Because of his creep spread, it's going to make things very difficult to dodge. So that's why you want to stay away from him the most in this scenario. Because of his champion stats, it's going to take longer to kill him versus the weaker ones. So that's why I didn't prioritize him. And those bigger poops there, they only do one move. They just charge at you. And you'll know when they're going to charge because they kind of wind themselves up. So just prepare for it. That's how most of this game works. You have to know what attack they're going to do because it's usually very consistent. And then prepare for it. What I could have done is tried to wait till he's a little bit closer to the wall and blow him up. Maybe there's a secret room. I have no idea because of Curse of the Lost. Oh, there couldn't be a secret room there anyway because there's a wall on this side. There's also a wall on this side, so I know that the secret room cannot be on the left or right side of that. Usually I'm not a big fan of Charm of the Vampire, since I usually have a great surplus of soul hearts, but it certainly is helpful when things are not going your way. By the way, because I missed the first devil deal, that guarantees a devil deal on the second level. Unless, of course, the same thing happens as before, where I lose a heart. Now, it's unlikely to happen, but there are some boss rooms where even if you have a 100% chance of a devil room, you still might not get it. And the reason behind that is there's some tiny rooms that just don't have room to spawn a devil room. It's an unfortunate glitch, but it is what it is. So this is number 2. What this means is if you hold your attack button for a certain duration, you drop an exploding poop that damages everything in the room. Obviously, it'll do more damage if the enemy hits the bomb directly, but everyone else is going to have to deal with the smoke that it creates, and it hurts them and stuns them. This, in turn, means infinite bombs. I never have to worry about placing bombs strategically ever again. This is also a way that I can look for the secret room or the super secret room without having to guess where it is, because I can just blow up every single wall that has an opening. And what I mean by opening is it's not blocked off. Normally I'd use the blue map to find it out, but as you can see, the blue map is null and void during Curse of the Lost. So if you have trouble reaching your enemies or you're afraid to reach them and get close, you can just do this. You can just keep dropping bombs until everyone dies. It's a time-consuming process, especially if you use it against a boss, but you certainly can. And this will work great in conjunction with Lusty Blood, since as I drop the bombs, it's going to destroy the weaker enemies and make my tiers stronger. While I'm at it, I'm going to look for the secret rooms. So I'm just going to start blowing up some walls here. Don't grab the Eternal Hearts immediately. You want to wait. In case you happen to find a blood donation machine or a devil beggar, if you attack them, or rather if you use them, it'll prioritize the Eternal Heart. Now these guys, they're a really big pain when you first play, because if you just start attacking, if you hold the attack down, they're probably not going to pop out. By the way, they also can't be bombed. As you can see, he took the hit. Only be bombed if he opens up. But either way, just take your time, walk away, keep walking away until he opens up. And then you can do the attack. And just back up and you can dodge between the bullets. But make sure you back up before you do dodge those bullets. Otherwise, there'll be no room. Now in a place like this, there's hardly any space. You want to be very careful dropping these poops by accident. So to avoid dropping a poop when you're trying to fight off a bunch of monsters, just let go of the attack button after like a couple seconds, maybe a second and a half, just to be on the safe side. But either way, you can also just spam the button too. That's another way to avoid dropping a poop by accident. So that was a Liberty Cap. Great trinket early on. Gives you a random mushroom effect per room. Some mushroom effects include growing larger and dealing a little more damage, revealing parts of the map, or having your tiers being reduced, or rather your tier speed increased by a large amount. Like right now I'm at 10, which is the default tiers. If I were to get that effect, it would actually go to 5. Now my D6 is ready to go, and I don't know where the treasure room is. I have a 100% chance of a devil deal, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and take care of the boss now and maybe re-roll items depending on what I see. Gertie's a pretty easy cave boss, especially compared to something like Peep. Treat him like Pin, or treat her like Pin. Stick to the wall. When the attack comes, go ahead and move. Do it again. She's either going to attack or she's going to summon a monster. But either way, be prepared ahead of time. Like, I don't know what she's going to do, so I start running before she does the attack, just to be on the safe side. I don't worry too much about the red sacks that are spawned because she continually spawns them all the time. Sometimes she'll spawn over them and start the process over again. Okay, so there's my devil deal. I'm going to take a look inside before I reroll anything. And awesome. So it's going to be a little risky. Oh, there's the cursed eye as well. So let's do this in order here. So I want both of these devil deals. They're two devil deals that I almost always take as long as I can afford it. So number 1, we got the mark. Increases damage, increases speed, and also gives you a soul heart. And this is Spirit of the Night. Gives you flight, gives you also spectral tears. Makes me look ridiculous as well. And lastly, the Cursed Eye, which I am not going to pick up. If you get damaged while you're charging up your Cursed Eye, it teleports you to a random room. This also means that you could be fighting a boss, bring him down to the 90% point of health, or 90% destroyed, and then you're charging up and you get hit, and you get teleported out of the room, you gotta start over again. It's not worth it. Okay, yeah, let's do this. So, Judas's Shadow, I want to make sure that you understand the best way to use Judas's Shadow. Some people like to use Judas's Shadow defensively, meaning that they wait until they accidentally die and then they go, woo, that was close, I resurrected as Judas's Shadow. That's not the best way to use it, however. The best way to use it is to kill yourself. Forget waiting to use it defensively. Go murder yourself and resurrect as Shadow, as the Judas's Shadow. And he's a very strong character. Very strong. Oh, I forgot I got the treasure room. I totally forgot about that. But either way, murdering yourself is actually in your best interest when you're Judas's Shadow. But as you can see, I'm having a little bit of difficulty here with Curse of the Lost. Before I outright kill myself, though, I'm going to explore a little bit more and see if I get some more soul hearts out of the deal. So I want to have maximum soul hearts before I move on. I'm also hoping I could find maybe a sacrifice room or some spikes. That way I can kill myself and decide to do it. Although I totally forgot. I also have bombs. I can destroy myself at any time. So let's do it. Let me just show you the power of Judas's Shadow. So I'm going to take myself out. Watch my stats. That's a ton of damage. Now normally I would look different, but I guess because Spirit of the Night also makes me turn black. Well, you can see that. If I grab the pill, you see how I look totally different. So you resurrect with 2 dark hearts when you are alive with Judas's Shadow here. So you want to make sure that before you murder yourself that you'll be able to survive the outcome. Like if you have a ton of health, like 12 heart containers, and you pick up Judas's Shadow, maybe that's a circumstance where you want to think twice before you decide to kill yourself. But in my case, I had 2.5 soul hearts. Definitely a prime situation to blow myself up. Before Lusty Blood even triggers, I'm one-shotting my enemies here. Every single enemy died in 1 hit. So let's pop some mystery pills now and hope for our health up. Amnesia. Totally useless. Gives you Curse of the Lost, but guess what? I'm already lost. Hey, there's my health up. I also wonder where the secret room is. I'm really not sure. Alright, well I could spend the time trying to search for the secret rooms, but now that I'm Judas's Shadow, I'm pretty confident with my abilities here that I won't need it. So I'm going to grab the Eternal Heart. I'm going to get out. May have left behind another pill potentially, but that's alright. I'm saving those for now for this exact reason. There's a blood donation machine here. And I can get Charm of the Vampire to give myself some health. So I could potentially stab myself some more and keep these hearts on the field just in case I need them. Maybe if things don't go my way. Don't know if I mentioned, but Charm of the Vampire is based upon kills. So if you kill a certain number of enemies, then you heal for half a heart. Whenever you grab something like a sack or open a chest, you unfortunately have to always expect that there's a troll bomb of some sorts. So always keep your guard up. Even if you have some great build, but you can get one-shotted potentially, then even if you clear the monsters really easily, there could be like a red poop or a troll bomb, something like that to ruin your day. So for this room, if you don't have flight, you gotta wait to the side and then just go like that. Now, I would have got hit right there. I hit the spike, but I was also trying to simulate not flying. So it kind of wasn't the best example there. But either way, you tuck yourself in the left or right side and then try to hit the switch while it's sucking you in. Now something is granting me fear. I think it might be Bozo the Clown. I think he sometimes fears people and charms people occasionally. That's what I think it is. Alright, so we have the Bomb Beggar and the Devil Beggar. The Bomb Beggar takes bombs, but when you give stuff to him, he might blow himself up with troll bombs. So you gotta be on your guard and try to push the troll bombs away as they spawn. Now, I am not going to go into this room yet. Well, I'm going to go in, but I'm not going to fight yet. Whenever you reach the caves and you go in the boss arena, there's a chance you might have to encounter a champion Megamaw and a champion Mega Fatty. That's the worst case scenario. They're the deadliest combination because not only are they harder to deal with since they're champions, but they deal a full heart of damage when you get hit. So if you're not actively dodging the attacks, even if I get hit twice, I'm going to lose 2 dark hearts. It's totally not worth it. Speaking of not worth it, neither is that trinket. That gives you some more keys if you're lucky. Like they'll be more likely to drop. But I'd rather keep the Liberty Cap for the mushroom effects. This room's normally really awful. You want to make sure if you're coming from the side, which in my case was the right side, you want to go this way last. Make sure you do everything else first, because trying to go back when these tiers are shooting towards you, it's a pain. So if you're coming from the north and south, you can still avoid this, but coming from the side, do that last, or vice versa. If you're from the north or the south, go to that right door last. Make sure you explore everything else, exhaust all your options before going that way, since it's really hard to get back. While that's there, even though I have flight, I'll show you how to overcome that room. But still, coming from the side is the hardest. I'm gonna give this a try. Okay, and that's profit. Because of flight, you don't get hurt walking into a cursed room. You do, however, get hurt walking out of a cursed room. Why does it work that way? I don't know, but it does. So that's how you get there from the side, but trying to get back, well, while they're shooting, it's just pretty hard, because I have max tier speed. If my tier speed was slower, then I might like run directly into them. But let me take care of this room, and I'll show you how to deal with it from the north and the south. This is one of the harder trap rooms. You got to get used to this room. There's no 2 ways about it. You will encounter it on one of your runs. So here's how you do it. I'm going to do that again. Because the first time I actually did that wrong, I would have got hit. So before they attack, you want to run forward and then forward again. One more time. Forward, forward. So again, that very first example, ignore that. That was a failure. But the rest of the examples I showed you were correct on how to deal with that room. What do we have here? One of my favorite items. Oh, I almost blew myself up. This is Holy Light. Your tiers now have a chance of shooting a Holy Light version, and it causes a beam of light to come crashing down on your foes. And it makes a pretty fun light show, but also it really ruins their day. So I'm going to take this, going to blow this up. I'm blowing it up for two reasons. One, I get the coin. Not guaranteed, but you're likely to get it. And two, I want some more soul hearts. Now this is Pandora's box. It'll give you a different effect depending on what room you're at or what floor you're at. Now there's a long list of things it can do. You're better off looking it up. Now, from my recollection, I'm either going to get a bunch of coins from this or a bunch of soul hearts. I could just look it up to be on the safe side, but obviously I'm busy filming here. So I'm just going to go ahead and use it. And yeah, I got some soul hearts. I was still wrong about what I was going to get. I thought I'd get all soul hearts, but I forgot. Using it in the caves gives you an item. And lastly, well, I have no more money, so I'm going to press onward. The 9 volt there would be nice, because every time you use your dice, it'll give you 1 free charge. So that pretty much transforms your 6 charge item into a 5 charge item. But I have no money. So I'm in really good shape thanks to Judas's shadow. That's why I definitely recommend, unless you have a ton of health, just kill yourself and resurrect as him. It's most ideal to kill yourself with a devil deal. That way your hearts are more well spent. Instead of my scenario where I just killed myself. I kind of wasted those hearts. Or if there's a donation machine, you can kill yourself that way too. Speaking of donation machine, let's go ahead and spin these hearts now. I'm still poor. Well, not that poor, but I can't really afford to donate to the beggar there. Now, the golden bomb is normally great, but I pretty much have infinite bombs anyways, thanks to the number 2. Before pressing onward, I am going to collect the remaining hearts and then stab myself again. Maybe it'll blow up, and if it's an IV bag, I might re-roll it. Now, what's in there? I completely forgot. Oh, it's another donation machine, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Alright, let's do it. Now, it's not based on not the number of stabs when you go to a donation machine. It's actually based upon a random chance. So you stab yourself, and then at that point, there's a chance it'll blow up. So you can't assume that it will blow up eventually. I mean, technically it will, but you're still at the mercy of the random number generator. Double Trouble. On a Double Trouble, it'll give you bosses from the previous floor, which was the basement. I know the Caves 1 was technically the first floor, but what I'm talking about is level, really. Like basement, caves, depths, etc. Double Trouble for me is usually a little bit easier, but there are some nasty combinations out there. This is Dad's lost coin. It gives you a lucky coin. I think it gives you a mild range up as well. I'll probably want to re-roll that, but let's see what's in here first. Okay, I accept. Death List, one of my favorite Devil Deal items. The way that works is it'll give you a random foe with a skull above their head. You have to kill them in order of where the skull is. And if you succeed, then you get either a random stat up or a random item. By item, I mean like a pickup. It could build up your stats pretty strongly, and I have no tiers up yet. I'm still stuck at 10, so it could give me some tiers up and make me even more powerful. Now, the Ghost Baby, not that helpful. Gonna re-roll it. And I got Guppy's Tail. That's gonna make a bunch of chests spawn whenever I whenever I clear rooms, if I'm lucky. I kind of wish I saved it for the Dad's Lucky Coin here, because it's not that helpful. But maybe there's a battery in the shop. I don't remember. I'll take a look. There's also a chance this pill could be 48-hour energy.
Tears.
Nope, it's my arch nemesis. Tears down. Now, I'm going to take the 9-volt. The question is, will it recharge my whole item? Some battery items do that. The answer is yes. Before I go, let me blow this up and see what I got, though. I'll be okay. Come on. Oh yeah, that's great. More damage for me. Also, I've grabbed so many devil items that I gained more damage. I gained flight. I gained a bunch of dark hearts. Something I didn't realize it gives you. It's a higher devil deal chance. Did you see it increase when I grabbed it? Oh! Gotta watch out for those. That's something I didn't know about. That's good to know. That's great. So the last thing on my plate here is I'm going to say hello to the boss arena. And even if it is a champion Maw and a champion Mega Fatty, they're going to have a bad time. No champions, but regardless, they're going to be in trouble. Now when he jumps, get the heck out of the way. It looks like his normal attack, but when he jumps in the air and lands, it actually shoots in more directions than his basic tiered attack. Or urine attack, I guess. You see that? It didn't spread quite as much. There weren't as many bullets as there were on his regular attack versus his jumping attack. So make sure, don't be a hero, just get out of the way when he jumps. Make sure you have plenty of space where he's going to land. And you can see his shadow on the floor, so you'll know where he's going to land. Alright, this just keeps getting better. The rune bag will give you a rune every X number of rooms that you clear. I don't know what number that is, but either way, I'll be having a consistent source of runes. Now, I forgot all about the Devil Beggar. I would have utilized him first before I started stabbing myself on the blood donation machines. But I have so many hearts here, I don't mind losing a few soul hearts or dark hearts to him. I'm also choosing to use him first before I try the Devil Beggar. Or the Bomb Beggar, rather. Because the Bomb Beggar might drop troll bombs and blow up my friends here. Hoping for a pill that makes me invincible, that way I can utilize stabbing myself. But I also have to expect explosive diarrhea, which could blow up my friends too. So I gotta make sure I'm careful. Everybody's favorite. Retrovision's just a big inconvenience. Speaking of a big inconvenience, this Devil Beggar is just not paying out. I may have to cut my losses here. That's pretty ridiculous. Thanks, but I already have a golden bomb. Oh. Oh no. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. So both of these beggars were extremely greedy. Normally the bomb beggar starts dropping bombs for you. You give him bombs and he gives you bombs back. But both of these beggars just ruined me. I'm going for revenge here. I guess I could have stabbed myself and used all those hearts, but I guess my blind rage totally thwarted me there. I'm going to use this mystery pill. Perks. When you get damaged, even if it's a full heart of damage, it's only going to deal half a heart. And before I go, I'm going to drop this stuff. I don't want to get rid of the Joker, because if I use the Ace of Diamonds, it removes everything from the field and turns it into coins. I even got a dime out of it. And if I left the Joker there, it would have destroyed the Joker. So remember guys, if in my case when I blew those guys up and the red heart spawned, I should have used those on the Devil Beggar. That was a mistake. I want to make sure you are aware of that. And do as I say, not as I do in this case. Last thing I'm going to do, since I have golden bombs, I could have just done the poop bomb, but either way, I'm taking these out. Now, Hive Mind is a great item because it makes your flies and spiders double the size and deal a ton of damage. But I have no source of flies. Now, that's not to say I won't get a source of flies later on. It's good enough to where I'm going to take it for the future. And it also does count towards the Beelzebub transformation. You get 3 fly items, you turn into Beelzebub. And that makes flies turn into blue flies. Okay, last thing I'm going to do is take this soul heart, and I'll blow this up. Maybe I'll get some money out of it. The Humbling Bundle there, it's one of the best shop items in the game. Now, I really want it, and I can afford it. It costs 7 because it's on sale. I just need to stab myself. I actually wanted the money this time, so I blew it. I'm not going to have enough money for the Humbling Bundle. Unless there's something I missed, but I really don't think there is. I blew up everything. Yeah, I screwed up. I'm going to check the secret room really fast in case there's something I could blow up there that I missed. Nope. Now, I could have avoided this. I could have not blown up the other donation machine. I should have checked the shop and exhausted my options first. But I'm not a psychic, and I'm not always right. You never become perfect at Isaac. You just become better and better. And you learn how to manipulate the game to do your bidding. But you can't foresee everything. I try my best to foresee everything, but there's usually something I'll miss. So this room is really nasty due to the fact that there's all these traps here. And these guys can't be destroyed. There is an exception to that rule. There's items like euthanasia, which will actually destroy these. But when you leave and come back, they will also come back. But obviously they're no longer a threat since they're sleeping. Now normally that room would be really difficult because of all these gaps here, and then the spider webs will slow you down as well. You can also blow up the spider webs, but you really shouldn't be using bombs on spider webs. Now what I should have done there is I should have taken my time and capitalized on Death's List. Because there's no threat here. I can't even hit the spikes, so I could have just taken my time and destroyed them in order. I am going to use my my poop bomb to take care of that. And blue flames have a chance of giving you a soul heart. That just gives you a bunch of flies and spiders, but hey, the hive mind will take advantage of them. Now for a room like this, forget Death's List. It's too chaotic, it's way too hard to aim. You're probably going to get yourself hurt trying to get rid of these guys in order. And remember, don't forget about number 2. As you're attacking, it's going to keep dropping if you don't let go. The last time I got this in one of my previous videos, I think I blew myself up like 4 times with it. So be careful. Don't forget. Unfortunately, you get enemies from these sometimes, but you also may sometimes get cards or dark hearts. So if there's a bunch of skulls, yeah, sure, go ahead and blow them up if you have the bombs to spare. Now, the best way to take advantage of the curse rooms is if you have a card like the Hermit or the Moon or the Fool. You walk in my case I deal no damage, or rather I'm dealt no damage because I have flight. Now walking out, I'll get hurt. Before I use it though, now don't use a mystery pill if you are on the same level as the Mom fight. The Mom is on the Depths 2 or Necropolis 2, or the Dank Depths 2, but an XL floor represents 2 floors. So I know Mom is the second boss battle of this. And if I use the telepills by accident, and it has a very rare chance to teleport me to the I Am Error room, I will not be able to grab the Polaroid of the negative. So it's a really rare chance to not only get a teleport pill if I use this, but also teleport to the I Am Error room, but that chance is there. I'm not going to be able to go to the last area of the Binding of Isaac if I accidentally teleport. My game will end at the Cathedral or Shale. So I'm going to not use the mystery pill because I have sometimes been that unlucky before. And because I want to think about the worst case scenario. So I'm going to use the Moon card now and get out of here. And then I won't have to worry about walking out and taking another hit. I'm in the middle of nowhere. Now, killing enemies in order works weird when there's enemies that will multiply. When enemies multiply, there's a chance it just breaks Death's List entirely, and then you're not going to get your bonus stats. Nothing you can do about that. That's just luck of the draw, really. But for rooms that have monsters that don't multiply, you can definitely focus fire what you need and potentially get the reward for Death's List. Despite my power, I still have not gained a single Tears Up. So imagine how powerful I would be if I actually had a Tears Up. I mean, I'm already super strong, but I'm not even near my potential considering my tier rate. Agalaz just destroys all the destructibles in the room. Less helpful for me because I have infinite bombs, but either way, I just used it. Now, I could pick up this Dark Heart right now. It's going to replace a Soul Heart if I do, but you're better off saving it in case you have a room where you get damaged. That way you'll have an extra heart for safekeeping. So this is the little spewer. When you use a pill, he'll change color. But he's not that helpful. He just spits on the floor and creates some creep there. He's not that great. Now Libra divides your stats. It balances them. Now it's not, I wouldn't call it technically balanced though because it prioritizes certain things. For example, if I take Libra, it's going to take away a bunch of my damage. Now the good news is it would take away, or rather I would gain some Tears Up, quite a bit of Tears Up. But Libra in most scenarios makes you weaker. The exception is if you pick up something like Soy Milk. Soy Milk and Libra are like peanut butter and jelly. They go together amazingly well. But in my situation, I'm going to pass on it because it may give me a little bit of a damage boost for now, but I have a feeling towards the end of the game, it's going to start hindering me. Especially since when I kill enemies, I get Bloody Lust. It's going to convert every damage I get and balance them across my other stats. I guess it would be helpful for tiers. I'm still kind of having second thoughts on it, just because of the fact that I haven't picked up a single tiers up item. So maybe I should. Maybe I should. I'll decide based upon what's in the next treasure room. Maybe there's a tiers up in the other room. So that gave me a shot speed up. And there's a damage up. And that's the reason why I pick up Death's List. So this is the faded Polaroid. When you enter a room, maybe I need to... Oh, never mind. It's not when you enter a room. It'll randomly make you invisible. Or quote invisible. You can still kind of see yourself. But it disorients the enemies when it happens. In Yera, that rune doubles all items on the field. Items such as coins, keys, and bombs, even chests. Now the Rotten Penny, when you pick up a coin, it gives you a fly. That could be pretty helpful with the Hive Mind. I'm still going to hold on to the Liberty Cap though, since I want the tiers up that it gives you. It doesn't give it to you all the time though. So this room would normally be really nasty for me if I couldn't stay all the way on the edges. For that kind of room, you want to kill the enemies as fast as possible before this trap ruins your day. Because this is the last shop in the game, I actually don't want the Steam sale. I don't have that much money. It won't be that beneficial for me to take now. The Steam sale is a lot more beneficial if you get that early on. Now what I should have done there is I should have just held down my attack until the poop dropped. Now do I want this school bag? That would allow me to keep the D6 and use an activatable item too. I can swap between the two. It's very helpful if I find a book like the Satanic Bible, which will give me dark hearts. That way I don't have to choose between them. If I had Guppy's head, I would actually take the school bag and Guppy's head. That way I can keep both of them. But that ship has sailed. I've already rerolled Guppy and he's gone. I'll think about it. I'm going to blow up this in the meantime. I don't think I'm going to find an activatable item, but then again, where's the other treasure room? That's right, I'm still looking for it. So let's see what I get in there, and that'll help me decide. I am starting to lean towards picking up Libra. Plus, I think it'll be pretty interesting to watch my tier rate increase as I kill enemies. And my tier speed's pretty slow, so maybe it is in my best interest to take it. Just stay on the side here. If you don't have flight, just kind of go like this. So you don't want to walk where the traps are. Don't mind if I do. The shiny rock will reveal tinted rocks in the room. If it's there, it'll flash. It will also reveal a rock where the crawl space is, I believe. So if there's a crawl space, that rock will glow suddenly, and then you can blow it up and enter the crawl space. And crawl spaces will contain random assortments of items, and sometimes it contains a black market which has devil deals. Or rather, let me try it again. Not necessarily devil deals. It will have shop items that you could spend a heart for. So I got some more dark hearts in the field. I'm in a pretty good position here. But I'm still also looking for things like the Joker card, which sometimes they can drop. Speaking of which, I think I left my Joker card back at the beginning. So So I need to find something to use my Yetta rune on. Because I don't want to use the Joker now, because who knows, I might get lucky and get a Devil Deal. And I can save the Joker card for a different floor. Hey. 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 Okay, let me explain what's happening. These guys are based upon line of sight. If they can't see you, they're not going to pop up. What he thinks is happening is that he thinks the spikes are blocking him. Obviously, they're down, but he can't see past spikes normally. That is why he is not attacking me. The funny thing is, I think I can push him. There we go. Yeah, you don't get hurt if you touch them while they're not deployed, but the moment they pop up, if you're pushing them still, you're going to get hurt. And just like the walking hosts, you can't blow them up when they're not deployed. Okay, the Fool card is actually a great card in my case. I can do the Mom fight, grab the Polaroid, see if there's a Devil Deal. If there's not, I can use the Fool to teleport back, and then I can grab my Joker card and use it. That way I'll know whether I should use the Joker card or not. And then I can grab an Algiz rune instead. That way I can capitalize on that. Oh, I almost forgot about the poop. Alright, I'm going to speed up the process a little bit. Instead of destroying absolutely everything, destroying all the poops, all the skulls, obviously I'm in really good shape. If you're not, take your time, destroy everything that you can. But in my case, it's time to move on. Now, where is that treasure room? Okay, thank you. Sure, why not? So Loki's horns will let you attack in 4 different directions if you're lucky. The higher your luck chance, the more likely it's going to happen. And Judas's tongue, it makes 2 devil deals, or rather devil deals that cost 2 hearts only cost 1. Now it's not applicable if you only have soul hearts. With soul hearts it costs 3 soul hearts to take any devil deal, regardless of how good it is. But Judas's tongue has no effect when it comes to soul hearts. Okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to take Libra. I don't think I'll regret it. I'm in such a good position where even if Libra is a downside, it's not going to matter. I'm pretty sure I'm still going to be just fine. And then we'll get a chance to see it in action. Yeah, you see there, all my stats, well, they're not really down necessarily. In fact, at this point, I can get rid of the Liberty Cap because now my tiers are 6. If I kill a couple enemies, it'll turn into 5 because of Lusty Blood. That only gives you damage, but it balances out throughout the stats. So before I go, oh yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and there's a trinket I'm missing. There's 3 trinkets there. I want one of them. I might take the coin since I do have the hive mind. My tears or my flies do a lot of damage right now. I forgot what the other ones are, but I'm not really worried about it. Let's get out of here. So due to my damage, I won't get to show you too much strategy on this. But either way, this is the champion variant because of the dark colored. See what I mean? They just got totally wrecked. I didn't even fight. But either way, a lesser known tip with the Infamy, the Mask of Infamy, is you can attack her on the side. So you don't have to go behind the back of the mask. You can actually attack the side of the mask, and that'll count. We'll save the strategy for another day since my spiders just ruined her. This is Polydactyly. You can hold 2 sets of items now.
Judgment.
Okay, I'll take it. Now don't forsake me this time, okay, Devil Beggar? Thank you. This contract from below, it's a devil deal I would always take. Or almost always take. you get 2 items per room instead of 1. Now, thanks to the Fool card and the fact that I can hold 2 items now, I can use these mystery pills, and if I get teleported to the Ayamera room, I can use the Fool to take me back. So let's use some of these mystery pills. You're not a mystery pill. Oh, I'm looking for the cursed room and it's down at the bottom. While I'm at it, if you blow this up, it gives you some pills.
I'm excited.
So I'm excited. It will randomly speed up the enemies. Now, normally what I do is I quit and come back because I'm excited will take effect for the entire run, and it happens randomly. But just for fun, I'm going to show you... I'm just going to leave it so that way you can see how painful it is. Now, my build is very strong, so I'm going to be just fine. But when you get the I am excited pill, just quit and then come back, and then it'll be gone. No bueno. Alright, before I go, I'll be back for the Alges pill, or the Alges rune. But I'm going to hang on to the Fool, that way I can see what I get in the Devil room, if I do even get a Devil deal at all. Alright, just stay in the middle during the mom fight. Don't get close to the edges there. And obviously, get out of the way of the shadow when she comes crashing down. But bear in mind, you can walk into her foot without fear. It has to land first, though. Now you see how fast he's shooting there? That's the I'm excited pill in action. It's very deadly. It can speed up bosses, and it could totally just destroy you. Okay, so I got the Devil deal, so I'm glad I didn't use the Joker. Let's see what we get. Yes to both of these. So first of all, this will, whenever you get damaged, it'll cause a black ring to appear around you, and that black ring, if it kills enemies, it has a chance of dropping a black heart. And this gives you 3 dark hearts, increases your damage. However, in my case, it distributes the stats. And now my tiers are maxed. This is the part where Libra becomes less helpful, but then at the same time, Libra is the reason why my tiers are maxed in the first place. By the way, it can't go beyond 5 unless I find an item that reduces my tier delay. I haven't decided which one I want. Well, since I'm very strong and I don't have a key for Mega Satan, I'm going to go the harder route, which is the negative. And let's go home and let's reclaim my Joker card. I didn't really find any use for Alges this run, unfortunately. Or this room, rather. Floor is what I meant to say. So, I'm just going to press onward. I could also look for a sacrifice room since there's all these extra hearts here. But I'm just going to move on. Yeah, so because of Libra, my damage is increasing when I kill enemies, but it's barely increasing. So it's kind of a hindrance, but I knew the risks. Well, that was embarrassing. But you saw that black ring. It had a chance of giving me dark hearts when I got damaged. And I just blew myself up with the poop. Things are going swimmingly. I plan on dealing with that guy last. There's a couple ways I can take care of him. Here's the safest way. AWAS takes you to the next floor. Well, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. I'm sitting pretty. I don't have to deal with this entire floor. Goodbye. Now what I should have done though is use the Joker card first, because if I'm skipping that floor anyway, then I may as well. But I can just go ahead and take care of that next floor. So now I have a 100% chance of a devil deal. Looking for a health up pill here. None of you. Now, same thing. I don't want to use the mystery pills in case it's teleport, because I don't want to accidentally teleport to the I Am Error room. If you do that, you can't choose if you want to go the path of the Cathedral or the path of Shale. Which means my run could be ended early if I happen to teleport to the I Am Error room, and it turns out to be the Cathedral instead of Shale, since I took the negative. Now, the blue map helps me determine where the boss is most likely at. The boss is usually closer to the super secret room. Not every time, but most of the time. Okay, well I tried killing them in order, but I just walked the doppelganger into the spikes. A lot of mystery pills, but I'm not going to let them trick me. Now normally what I would do is when I get hit, I would run myself into the remaining enemies during my invincibility frames and then get dark hearts out of them since the black ring kills them. You're not guaranteed to get them, but you're likely to get them if you kill a lot of enemies with it. Unfortunately, because I took the negative, whenever I get dealt damage, since I have no hearts, it damages all enemies in the room, which ends up killing them. It's actually a counter synergy in this case because it's not working well with the Antheme that I took earlier, which is that item that causes the black aura to appear when I'm damaged. So thinking about it, I kind of wish I didn't take that item. So if you don't have flight, just follow the carousel. Just stay in line, pretend you're in the marching band and you're trying to stay in between people, and you'll be able to just get yourself there with minimal risk. Or if you have flight, you can do what I did and just poke yourself through them. So a lesser known tip is if you manage to use your bomb to destroy these Bombermen, then it'll kill them in one hit. It's just like the Bomberman game. A lot of useless hearts for me. So I was hoping for a Dagaz rune, because there was a Yeta rune from earlier. So I can double it, and Dagaz not only cures any curse I may have, but it also will give me a soul heart. Where'd it go? Did I... Oh, there it is. It's in the boss room. It would be better if I saved it technically until the end of the level, in case I can put more things in one room and double up more items simultaneously. But like I've said before, I'm in a good situation, doing just fine, so I'm going to do what I wanted, which is this. And I got 2 Joker cards, so I may as well take a peek, maybe re-roll the Devil Room. Not that helpful. We need to go deeper. Only works on certain floors. It teleports. It creates a hole in the floor that takes you to the next floor. But beyond the womb, it doesn't even work. And this is the last level of the womb, so it's going to be pointless for me to take that. A lot of tears down. No way. Yeah, Libra has definitely made me weaker. Two of Hearts doubles your empty heart count, but I have no heart containers anyway, so it's pointless. Okay, let's take care of the boss. Although, unfortunately... Oh, there is a battery up there, so I want that because I know I'm going to get a Devil Room because I have a 100% chance, as you can see down there. So I want to be able to re-roll what's in there. Thank goodness I have all this speed. But 2 is the highest speed you can have. I'm almost there. But if I kill a single enemy... Oops, I went the wrong way. If I kill a single enemy, then pretty much I'm going to be maximized. Gotta watch out for that. It's another danger of high speed is you might walk into a red poop when you don't expect it to be there. I'm going to make this easy. I have another Alga's rune on the field, so I'm going to pop it and destroy. Normally you want to prioritize the eyeballs, but I decided to go straight for the boss due to my immortality. And I don't know what challenge it is, but make sure you unlock the Alga's rune. It's extremely helpful. That's Book of the Dead. It's helpful, but I don't want to get rid of my dice, so I'm going to just go ahead and leave it. And lastly, let's grab the extra Alga's rune and let's get out. Now before I use the Joker on the next level, I want to make sure I can re-roll the devil item in case it's something bad. So I'm not going to use it yet. I'm going to clear a few rooms first. Also going to take a look at the secret room since it's right next to me. Ooh, money. The only thing I like about money now is the fact that I gain flies from it. But it certainly is adding up, and after all, I did absolutely destroy the Mask of Infamy without even trying to attack her. Now you may have wondered why I'm referring to the Mask of Infamy as a female. I think Edmund McMillan did a tweet and revealed her as a female. Either way, that's just kind of what she's known for. There's no real identifying markers to determine that, obviously, since she's just a heart and a mask, but hey, if Edmund McMillan says it's a she, it's a she. Okay, I keep forgetting about the poops. This always happens. That's why if you don't have self-control, it may not be the best option. But it's really hard to pass up on the infinite bombs, that's for sure. Right, so I now have the ability to reroll the Devil Room. Problem is, I'm starting to lose hearts quick. I'm a little concerned about doing that. Before I do that, yeah, exactly. I'm going to try to look for more soul hearts. Here we are. I could also clear some more space, some more rooms, and if I'm lucky, the room bag will drop a yellow rune. And that way I could double the amount of soul hearts in the room. But, eh. Okay, there's the boss. So I'm going to go ahead and give the Joker a try. Ah, you jerk. At least I got a dark heart out of the deal. Perth Row, that'll help me re-roll. It's the D6 pretty much in a rune form, so I'm going to hold the Joker and the Perth Row rune. That way I can re-roll again if I need to.
Joker.
Took me a long time to find you, Krampus. Usually you come and prevent my devil deals earlier. Now I have a couple options. I can take this, or I can re-roll and hope for something better. It's hard to gauge how much damage Lump of Coal gives you because it doesn't actually increase your stats, but the further away your tier is when it hits your opponent, the more damage it'll do. It's helpful, but I've never really noticed a substantial difference, so I'm going to re-roll this. Yes, I will take the dead baby, or the rotten baby rather. So he'll shoot blue flies every so often, and remember my blue flies are larger and deal more damage, so it's going to really add up. And I got a extra Perthrow rune here, so I'm going to use the chariot during the fight. Here we go. To begin, I recommend dropping a bomb now. That'll kind of clear up the space on those worms. If you have a lot of speed, don't try to dodge in between those bullets. Try dodging all the way to the side. Now, I have no orbitals to protect me here, so it's really hard to fight him from the side. You can actually bait him to do the Brimstone attack and keep running in the middle after he finishes and continually bait him to Brimstone. I'm going to use the chariot just to be on the safe side. I got it anyway. May as well. I kind of disagree with that. I was out of range of the first foot that fell down, in my opinion. But Isaac has spoken. And Isaac's judgment is final. Before I go, I'm going to take that battery because I'm going to be heading to the dark room, and any chest that I reveal past the first room will give me a treasure item. Also known as a collectible. That was a pretty nasty setup there. I was a little careless, I gotta admit. In the dark room, you're better off opening one chest at a time. Make sure that you're clear and then open the next one. Otherwise, what happened to me is what will happen. You'll blow up. So let's see what this does.
I'm drowsy.
I'm Drowsy is a fantastic pill. Too bad I've used it. But it slows the enemy down, or all enemies in the room. It only lasts for the one room you're in, but it's a way of trivializing boss fights, making them really easy. Okay, so the super secret room is to the north. That's most likely where the boss is. Once he vanishes, he's going to start stomping you, so just start running and attacking backwards. I don't want either of these. If I get an HP up, then I'm going to lose the effect of the negative. So, and I want that because the dark room has mostly bosses, so I won't be able to use my Anthem very much anyway. So I'm going to re-roll. I don't want health. And the other one, forgot what it's called exactly, but it shrinks your enemies and you can step on them. Does not work on mini bosses or bosses though. Now the blank card will allow me to use my Algiz runes continually. I got 2 of them. Now I'm not going to re-roll it because I might have to fight Delirium, and having 3 Algizes during a boss fight will pretty much guarantee my victory. So I will take this even though I don't need it really. And I'll hang on to that blank card for the end. Now, when fighting the Lamb or Blue Baby, you're not guaranteed to get Delirium, unfortunately. The portal might not appear. So I'm just kind of banking on it. By the way, the Batwing, it'll randomly give you flight when you're in the room. Not very often, though. Plus, I already have flight. I have no reason to hang on to it. Charm of the Vampire is still triggering, but obviously it's not that helpful anymore. So Isaac's Tears, I believe they buffed it recently, but I haven't had a chance to utilize it since the patch that buffed it, allegedly. Apparently it's a little bit stronger than before, and it's a little bit closer to Tammy's head. But one thing I still don't like about it is the fact that you use it, and you, for a second, stop attacking. Less noticeable for me due to the fact that I have a really fast tear rate, but if you have a slow tear rate, you're not going to be attacking for like a couple seconds. And make sure you pick up Mom's pad, even if you don't plan on using it. You can drop it again, and by collecting 3 Mom items, you transform into Mom. By the way, I should have re-rolled that. I accidentally walked in. But then again, I have no charges, so I couldn't re-roll it if I wanted to. I'll be back for you guys. Now, I tried heading north, but nope, it wasn't there. So now I gotta head to the right just to go up. Make sure you're careful when there's enemies that dig underground. If you just run around everywhere as fast as you can, it's probably going to pop up on your face. You want to try to bait them to come out. So just walk away from where they were slowly. Eventually they'll catch up to you and they'll pop up without landing directly on you. D12 rerolls Destructibles. Not helpful in my case because the Dark Room has no Destructibles. Now, the Fire Mine, I'm going to take it just for the heck of it, but it makes your tears on fire. And when it hits enemies, there's a chance it blows up. Like that. That's just an example. It doesn't make you blow up immediately. But if you're close to an enemy and you burn them and it has a chance of blowing up, it could blow up in your face and damage you. So it can actually be a run killer if you're not careful. I would take the Fire Mine if you're weak and your tears are slow and you need help. I just took it just for the heck of it. Yeah, some of these rooms are really hard. Like this one as well, if I had a really slow tear rate, I would get probably bombarded by these spires and I wouldn't be able to keep up. Now you see all these opportunities now. I'm blowing myself with Fire Mine. I'm blowing myself up with the poop. Certain items in combinations are just really dangerous. And I'm mostly just taking these just to show you what happens. And as you can see, the results are not that great. So I'm blowing myself up left and right. But I still probably would have taken the number 2. After all, Infinite Bombs is fantastic. But it's still a risk. No, that's not where it is. It's right here. Alright, so there's the boss room. So let's go ahead and take care of him. I think I'm still going to fight Delirium despite all the risks I'm taking if he pops up. Because I will have 3 Algiz runes technically. Because I'll have the blank card, I can use that on one. Then once that wears off, I can use the second Algiz. And then once that wears off, use the last Algiz card. Or rune in this case. So before I do that, well, let's just take him out. Let's take out the lamb, and if I do get the delirium portal, I will re-roll some of the items and grab the blank card. In the meantime, though, I'm going to save that in case I do get delirium. I'm not going to use my stuff on the lamb. So he could charge at you randomly, so you got to be really careful when his head pops off. During this, though, it's all about homing tiers. Try to find the sweet spot where the homing tiers have trouble getting to you. Now, he could charge at any time, so I got to be really careful. I chose not to attack him when I was close, because I could have blown up in my face. Success! No victory lap for me. And there it is, the portal to delirium. Now I hope it's not blocking the door. Good. Alright, so the prophecy is fulfilled. The portal to delirium has opened. His realm is known as the Void. Certain bosses have a chance of spawning the portal, starting with Mom. The later the boss, the more likely it'll spawn. Alright, let's reroll this. Great, I'm happy. Randomly shoot teeth. And this will protect me from bullets. It'll actually bounce back as well. I'm not sure if it damages them or not, but either way it does reflect the bullets. Okay, and last thing I'm going to do, grab the blank card. And I'm going to use the... Where'd my other Alges rune go? Is this Alges or is this Perthro? This is Perthro. I'm missing an Alges. Where'd that go? I must have screwed up somewhere. I thought I had 2 Alges runes, but it must have been a Perthro. Oh, I think I know what happened. I think I left the Alges in a different floor entirely. So I screwed that one up. Nonetheless, I still want to take the... oh, it's right. Okay, I didn't screw up. Yera's going to double my runes. So now I could have 2 Perthros and 2 Alges runes. Okay, I did not screw up.
Perthro.
I'm thinking about this. It's alright, but I also have a lot of spider damage. So, what the heck, I'll take it. Oh, and there's one more thing I could re-roll as well. Scatter bombs. This is what it does. The secondary explosions are so tiny that it isn't too helpful, and scatter bombs can oftentimes blow you up when you're trying to strategically place bombs somewhere. So I have a lot of things that could blow me up right now. Alright, let's do this. If you've unlocked everything already, there's no actual reason to go to the Void and fight Delirium, really. But I do it, part of it's for the challenge. But the thing about Delirium is, no matter how skillful you are, a lot of it is dependent on your build. If your items are terrible, then you're better off not worrying about doing the Void. Just skip it and move on. So the counterfeit penny, when you pick up a coin, it has a 50% chance of giving you a coin in return. Ugh. Oh, and I realize I have also Curse of the Unknown. I won't know how much health I have, but I don't care because when I fight Delirium, I'm going to have a total of 3 Alges to use, thanks to the blank card. Answers reveals the entire map, and obviously very helpful for the Void, since this place is so freaking huge. Now, I bet you Delirium is in the upper side. There's all those bosses there in that little section. The thing about Delirium, though, in order for him to spawn, he needs a total of 4 squares. It only shows 1, but technically his room is 4 squares. So there's actually certain combinations where it's impossible for him to spawn. So you are able to gauge where he is, or at least have an idea of where he is. So I'm going to head straight for him. So I know with my triple algae rune, I'm pretty sure he'll die before he has a chance to actually hurt me. At least that's what I hope. Gotta watch out for those double-sized enemies. They deal 2 hearts of damage to you. That's a pretty nasty room for me. I could have gotten close and attacked the flies, but Fire Mine would have blown me up in the face. You again. Now what's nice about the Scatter Bombs is it actually does the stun affliction twice, so 1 and 2. So that'll actually hit a lot of enemies and damage them multiple times. Okay, it's time. I'm pretty sure this is Delirium. Very likely. No, it's just death. I just keep blowing myself up. Alright, well now I'm Mom at least. So I got a little knife that'll follow me. Normally you'd see her wearing a dress, but since I have the Leviathan transformation as well, I think that overrides it. If I hit this enough, maybe I'll put a dress on. Let's see. Nope. Looks like Leviathan is definitely taking priority here. Sure, we'll go with that. And for those of you that don't know, that's just purely for cosmetic effects. Now one thing I should be doing that I'm not is I should be using the blank card in a room that's dangerous, where there's lots of enemies in my face, where I might blow myself up. That way I can be immortal during that battle. By the way, the I'm excited pill is technically still in effect, but I've noticed it seems to have worn off. But usually it'll come and try to thwart me throughout the gameplay. Okay, now if I were going straight for Delirium, where would he be? What I'm thinking is it could be the bottom left, could be the upper right. And it's probably one of those. I'm right here though, I may as well take care of the boss really fast and see what goodies I get. Plus I have the black rune here, I could consume an item and it'll give me a random assortment of stats. Hey, see how dangerous that was? They blew up immediately as I approached the room. Gimme. Whoops. Trying to get some dark hearts. I wish I knew how many I had, but I know I've damaged myself quite a bit. So Gish is guaranteed to drop the little Gish, or whatever it's called, except on the Void. Well, at least I got my heart back. So what just happened there is I got hit, and when you get hit, there's a chance you'll drop a rainbow poop on the floor. And I destroyed it with the black ring. Okay, I'm gonna pop this. That way I'm safe. That room's a mess. Now remember we talked about blowing myself up? This is just going to add another explosion into the mix. I'm going to find another way to blow myself up. Now, the big fat fly there really synergizes well with bomb type items. So for example, if I actually had the item that makes my normal bombs do that, where it turns into poop, then when she blows up, that would cause the same explosion. So it synergizes with that. But since I only have that when I use the number 2 and not my regular bombs, she will not have that buff. She's just another liability. I've had enough of this. This is too risky. Before I go and use that, what rune do we have here? Hagalaz, whatever. Just get rid of it. Don't need it. Let me grab the black rune and use it on the fly there. I have enough items to blow me up, thank you. So I gained a little... That's right, because of Libra, the stats I gained are balanced. All the bosses are right here, so I'm just going to take care of them before I go for the last one. There is still a chance I can find Delirium. But just due to the map layout, it's unlikely. I had to hesitate for a moment there because that room is nasty. It's one of the newer enemies in the game. I don't know what they're called. But when you destroy them, they shoot extra projectiles everywhere, and it's a mess. Give me some soul hearts. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and take care of these bosses. Can only hurt his tail. But there's times where he only reveals his tail and can be destroyed pretty quickly sometimes. But I also have so many effects that just simply hitting him can also deal damage. Little Steven's a pretty good familiar. It has homing tiers, so even if you aren't accurate, the homing tiers will usually hit your opponent. Plus, if I get one more familiar that's part of the conjoined transformation, then yeah, I'll transform into conjoined. Only certain familiars do that, though. Now, I actually would gain a lot of benefit from this. Here's why. These sticky bombs will spawn flies. Oh, maybe not? Maybe I have to hit an enemy with it. But it's supposed to spit out flies or spiders, I'm not sure which one. Maybe spiders. And I have the hive mind from earlier. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I do have to hit the enemies in order to spawn it. Let's see. Yes, that's the answer. Still helpful, though. And somehow I still managed to kill them in order. Thanks to Mom's key, I'm getting all kinds of items from these golden chests here. Great. So Sacrificial Dagger. I needed more orbitals because I don't have very many things to defend myself with. Sacrificial Dagger is the highest damaging orbital in the game. You can walk into your foes and they'll get sliced by it. Still risky to get that close, though. So the Demon Baby does not count towards the conjoined transformation. He just attacks enemies that are nearby. So, as I suspected from my second guess, Delirium is indeed over there all by himself. Now, if I was in a bad spot, I could blow up all these mushrooms. And if I'm lucky, get the magic mushroom, which increases all of your stats and gives you an HP up. I could go explore for more mushrooms, go mushroom hunting, but I'm just going to head straight for Delirium. Notice a significant lack of Dagoz runes. I think it only dropped one time this entire run, despite me having the rune bag for so long. The Dagoz would be nice because I would be able to see how much health I have, and of course it gives me that soul heart. There's a tinted rock right there. I could spend my time gambling on that and get a pretty fly, but Delirium I don't think stands a chance anymore. Especially since I just found a bunch of soul hearts. Alright, say goodbye to Delirium. I'm gonna pop the blank card first. And now I don't have to care about using strategy here. Well, skill rather. I guess the strategy at this point is just to hug him till he dies. And that way my sacrificial dagger will deal damage to him too. But a combination like this with the Algiz cards and the blank card, or the Algiz runes in the blank card, that's something that'd be great to use against when you have the Lost or the Keeper. Way you can kill Delirium without having to risk yourself, but you have to get lucky to get this assortment of items, obviously. And that's it. I'm going to be making a habit of pausing my game at the end. That way I can reveal the seed, so that way if any of you decide you want to play this and go through the same experience that I did, you have that option. I'll be posting the seed in the comments down, not the comments, but rather the video description down below. So thanks for joining me for episode 16 of the Teaching of Isaac. And if you learned something new, as always, go ahead and hit that like button. I also hope you'll subscribe to my channel, as I'll be continuing to release new episodes. See you on episode 17.